Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of VLR. Virtue slash reward, or virtue slash reward, or zero escape virtue slash reward. Sorry, I just stumbled in my words. Last episode, we went through Betray and finished up with the Betray path for this flow right here. We went through this right side of Betray, finished out that whole part, got this weird ending, and then we went through Ally now. So we're in the Ally branch, we're kind of making our way through this. Luna wanted to talk to us. It's kind of a little awkward so far because she's been kind of like dragging this interaction so far on us, but hopefully we'll figure out what she wants to tell us. She said she wanted us to get to know her more, but she started off with her pendant, which is like a music box that we knew about from one of the Go documents, but she reiterated or restated that, and so not sure what that has to do with anything, but yeah.
私、内気な性格のせいか、友達とか知り合いとか全然いなくて、それでずっと一人ぼっちで生きてきたんです。そのことがとても辛くて、寂しくて、苦しくて、孤独に押しつぶされてしまいそうで、そんな時大切な人がこのオルゴールをくれたんです。言葉はありませんでしたが、私はこんなメッセージが込められてるんじゃないかと思いました。ルナ、幸せとは案外すぐ近くにあるものなんだよ。シグマさん、メーテルリンクの青い鳥の話って知ってます？
Not at all. Yeah. I don't, but Sigma apparently does. Well, I know the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. This brother and sister named Tittle and Middle gets asked to find a blue bird by this old woman, and they travel to this dream world, or something like that. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. So they visit all these different places and they can't find it. Eventually they gave up and go home, and when they wake up, the bird is in a cage in their hut.
ええ、そうですよね。一般的に知られている童話の青い鳥は確かにそんな結末で終わっています。そしてその教訓がさっき言った通りのもので、
Well, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
だから私は思ったんです。このオルゴールをくれた人はきっとそんなメッセージを私に伝えたかったんだろうって。正しいかどうかは分かりません。私の勝手な思い込みに過ぎないのかも。でもなんだかそんな風に言われてるような気がして、とても嬉しくて、その時からこのオルゴールは私にとっての宝物、お守りみたいなものになったんです。けれどある時ふと気づいちゃったんですよね。この青い鳥のもう一つの意味に。メーテルリンクが書いた原作には実は続きがあったんです。
There's more? No, they probably ended up dying, rather. Like, it probably ended with their death, and their death, or when they wake up, they're actually in heaven already, I guess, maybe? I don't know. I think that's what it is, but that's very sad to think about if that is the case.
ええ、チルチルとミチルが餌をあげようとした時、青い鳥はカゴの中から逃げ出してしまうんですよ。それが原作の本当のラストなんです。
Oh, the bird flies off is the ending. Whoa. What about the moral? What about the moral then?
もちろん変わることになりますね。幸せとは手に入れたと思った途端、儚く消え去ってしまうものだというように。 はいえ、そのことに気づいてもなお、この青い鳥が私にとっての宝物であることに変わりはありませんでした。あの方が本当は何を伝えたくてこれを私に授けてくださったのかは分かりません。でも私はこんな風に解釈することにしたんです。幸せとは常に追い求めるべきものである。それを追い求めている時こそが本当の幸せなのであると。ところでシグマさん、ひょっとしてシグマさんはチルチルみたいな存在なのではないでしょうか。
Alright, I'll be right back in a moment, and then, yeah, let's continue this conversation afterwards, I guess. But I'll be right back. I need to do something. Got something going, so, yeah. Alright, sorry about that. It's been, yeah, it's been a week, rather, since I've last did this video. Now let's continue. That's where, I mean, all I remember is that we were talking to, we took the betray route, or the ally route, and we're now talking to, Luna about whatever it is. You might be Tiltil? I don't know what that term is. Nani? What?
クリスマスの前夜、老婆から青い鳥を探してきてほしいと頼まれたあの幼い少年のことです。
Interesting. What are you trying to say?
シグマさん、一つ聞いてもいいですか？
Sure.
シグマさんはアリスさんをどこで発見されたのでしょう？
What does that have to do with anything?
いいから答えてください。アリスさんを見つけた場所はどこですか？
Room 2 in the crew's quarters.
じゃあその前はどこに？
I was in the lounge. That was after we split up to look for Alice. The first place I went was the lounge.
つまりシグマさんはラウンジからキャビンの2号室に行き、そこで倒れたアリスさんを発見。慌てて医務室に運び込んだというわけですね。ではお尋ねします。
Yeah. Sorry, I skipped over that by accident.
どうしてシグマさんはこのビオトープのことをご存知だったのでしょう？ここにやってきた時、あなたは確かにこう言いましたよね。
Yeah, we did. And not only that, we went to the gardens twice in 2 separate paths, where we find her, but Vi gets there before us, which is kind of weird. In a weird way, I think Vi looks like Santa from the first game, from 999. And if the case is that, you know, it's kind of like the whole Christmas case of finding the old lady, the little boy looking for the old lady. It feels like Vi is looking for Alice, which is kind of like the sort of analogy.
アリスを捜索している時に一度来たことがって。
In a past memory, yes.
おかしいじゃないですか。時系列的に考えれば、シグマさん、あなたがこのビオトープを訪れる機会などあったはずがないのです。
Yes, that's true.
なのにどうして、なんでこの空間のことをあなたは知っていたのですか？
Because someone said it? I forgot somebody mentioned garden, but we didn't go there. Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before?
シグマさん、もしかしてあなたはこの施設に最初から存在したロボットなんじゃないですか？
Wait, what? So the white liquid coming out of my body is an assumption that Luna's making that our character Sigma is actually a robot. That is kind of funny to think about, that she's gonna make that assumption now, out of all the places that, or out of, I don't know where, but, yeah, that's kind of funky to know that she's assuming that he's a robot now. What?
ええ、そう考えれば説明がつくのです。あなたがこのビオトープのことを知っていた件についても、それから左手の傷のことについても。
Jeez, that freaking loud. Damn. So you did see it, huh?
ええ。
I mean, she's the one who pointed it out. I don't get how Sigma pretends like she didn't see it at all, and like, I don't know why he's trying to convince himself that no one saw it. It's just like, dude, stop being so self-conscious about it.
最新のロボットは金属製の骨格に ABT と呼ばれる人工的な生体組織を外装することによって。
Oh, so she knows something about it. So is Luna by any chance the scientist behind the robots herself, maybe? I mean, this is the first time we've seen Sigma bleed, quote-unquote bleed, but I don't think this is the real Sigma. I think that our Sigma is real, a real human, but the problem is that he probably is like from a different alternative, like, parallel universe kind of thing going on, where it's just like they change some element of something to just make it a little different, to make it a twist. But I feel like I also think that there might be a chance that there's might be more to this story, but we're not too sure about what it is yet. So we'll probably have to figure that out as we go, I guess.
見た目を人間とほぼ変わらないものにすることができると言われています。その ABT、 人工生体組織に血液の代わりとして使われているのが白い液体で、
For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nutshell, or a nut house. Still, my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No, that was impossible. I needed to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
怖い？どうしてですか？
Well, let's say I am a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
敵ですか？
Oh, that would have been interesting to see it being explained in a way that's like, that betrayal path that I took with the game is like, that's the reason why we betrayed them, is because we were being pulled by Zero. Pulling the fourth wall meta, that the player is actually Zero while everybody else is playing by the strings of Sigma, is kind of interesting, but I don't think that's worth any interest, honestly. It's just like, it makes it weird, I feel like.
仮にそうだとしても怖くはないですね。
Why not?
さあ、どうしてでしょう。もしかしたらロボットだからこそなのかもしれません。
Huh?
ロボット工学三原則って聞いたことないですか？
I think I have, by, yeah, when we went to Gombe, he kind of described the 3 laws of robotics, but I can't remember what it is.
SF 作家のアシモフがとある小説の中で示した指針のことなのですが。
Wait, there should be an archive document. There should be a document in here about that specific thing. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. 3 laws. Yeah, so this is the thing he was talking about. I mean, honestly, it's not really that interesting. I don't know why they're doing this with the whole, like, oh, it's the 3 laws of robotics because it's important somehow. Oh, what? Why are they putting that graphic of the robot? Alright, we already... I'll pause. I'll let you guys pause and read it. I already read it before. I'm not gonna reread it again. I kind of felt like it was not much of a new thing, honestly. But at the same time, they did add a 4th rule, which is not shown here yet, I think. There is a 4th rule that's hidden. I think the robot explained it or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's kind of vague in my brain that there's a 4th rule. Oh, yeah. I've heard of those before. That's just an ideal, though. You could work towards that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to.
ええ、確かにおっしゃる通りです。でも、私は信じてるんです。
Huh. In you.
たとえどんなプログラムが書き込まれていようと、シグマさんは三原則に背いて行動するような方ではないって。
Yeah, you can't kill people, I think it's one of those rules. And you have to help them. Otherwise you're breaking rules of...
三原則のないロボットなんて、ただの鉄の塊に過ぎません。
Plastic. I don't know, I feel like robots, androids specifically, are like... Because I feel like Sigma is an android for the most part, but it's what it is. I don't think plastics is materials that you would make for robots, though.
シグマさんはそうじゃない。
More like maybe synthetic something, or like some sort of like human flesh-like material, which I don't have any clue about.
あなたには心がある。だってそうじゃなければ、こんなにも綺麗な目をしているはずがないから。
Oh. Maybe, just maybe, K might be the real Sigma, and our Sigma is the fake Sigma, and that we're kind of like twins, because the real Sigma is inside K's body, in the armor suit, is what they said, and then we are the robot, android, copycat clone. That'd be interesting to see, like, oh, he removes the mask, it's Sigma. It's like, what? Then who's this Sigma? And it's like the Spider-Man meme with like the pointing at each other.
で、なんだか断定口調で話してしまいましたが、まだシグマさんがロボットだとは決まったわけじゃないですよね。調べてみないことにはなんとも。
Really? Do I need to run through tests? Tests?
ええ。
How? I'm guessing she's gonna pull the atom on us.
医務室にある機械を使って。
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Jeez, that turn scared me a little bit. Who's there?
誰かいるんですか?
Come on, man. It's Dio, probably. I feel like Dio would be the type of person who would, like, sneak around like that.
私だよ。
Damn it! It's 5. 5!
すまんが、こっちに来てくれないか。見てもらいたいものがある。
Don't tell me it's a bomb. I don't want to see it. Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes. What? How long have you been here?
ついさっき来たばかりだよ。じゃあ、私たちの会話は聞いてない。
Lies.
何か聞かれちゃまずいことでも話してたのか？そんなことよりも、こいつを見てくれ。
Okay, I guess. I follow the line of her finger. You know it. I mean, we've already seen this one in another path, so... Crap! This is...
反物質爆弾。そうだ。 言うまでもなく、キャビンにあったものを誰かが移し替えたというわけではない。両者は全くの別物だ。見ろ、ここに番号が記されている。
It says 01.
キャビンにあったのは確か03でしたよね。
Well, since we can't go to that one antimatter control room, the control room that we've been through in another path, we can't go to that one, so then O2 is out of our reach. So that means that O2 might have been pushed off to a different room instead, because that ended up happening with that pretty much ends up happening with like how this whole bomb scenario is like for this game. It's like they're gonna push, if you can't access that one room, they're gonna push that one, the other bomb to another room instead, because the first time we saw one of the other ones was in the laboratory, but we couldn't gain access in that one path to the laboratory. Instead, they moved it to the control room. So now that we don't have the control room in this path, then it's either in the pantry, of course the garden's already guaranteed that, and then so it's either the pantry or the, what's the third area that they have here? I can't remember.
ということは、
Was it the archives? I'm trying to remember. If it's in the archives, then I guess that's the case of whatever. Crap! Then there's no question about it.
しかもそれだけではなさそうだ。03と01が発見されたわけだから当然。
That was the question, huh? I think I misread that in the last point. What did I read? I said there's no question about it. What does it say actually? Then there's no question, huh? Okay. I was just confused.
02もどこかにあると？断言はできないが、おそらく。
Damn it! That means we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT.
そうだな。仕掛けたのは誰でしょう？シグマとルナ。お前らなんじゃないのか？
We just only came in here to talk. We didn't do anything much more.
どうやらお前らずっとここにいたみたいだし。
Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes anyway?
まあちょっと散歩を。
Just taking a walk. Just walking around and like being a little bit suspicious. Yeah. Taking a walk. You really think I'm gonna buy that?
わかったよ。正直に言おう。実は他の連中から何やらお前らが密談らしきものをしているって聞いてな。それで気になって英会の倉庫に行ってみたんだよ。ところがお前らの姿は見当たらなかった。ますます怪しさを感じた私はすぐにその足でここビオトープへ来てみると、案の定ベンチに座って話し込む二人の姿が遠くの方から見えた。そこで気づかれないようにこっそりと背後に回り込み、ゆっくりと近づいていったその矢先、この反物質爆弾を見つけたってわけだ。
Interestingly enough, it's so different how she found it, because she found the bomb. She previously found the bomb in the garden the first time we went here with the bomb. But she only found it because Alice was in that area while that happened. So she found the bomb with Alice. But in this case, she just found the bomb because she just randomly walked into it.
どうだ？少しは信じてもらえたかな？
So, who planted the bomb?
可能性なら全員にあることになるだろう。アリスを探していた時なら誰だってここを訪れることはできたはずだし。
Sure.
とにかくこのことをみんなに知らせないと。
Yeah, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. Alrighty. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Man, I missed the silence for once. Because the water was so loud, I had to drain it out. Like, my brain was trying to drown out the sound. But it was just so much noise in, like, that one spot that's just, like... It made my ear just, like, now ring. Just thinking that there's water running in the side. Clover and Tenmyoji. Kay and Dio. And, of course, Alice and Quark. Both seem to be sleeping peacefully. You'd never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not so long ago. Alright, everyone. Listen up. I told them how we'd found the #1 bomb in the garden. And how, judging by the numbering of the 2 bombs we'd found so far, there was probably a second bomb out there somewhere. Somewhere too.
なんということじゃ。一体どうすれば。
確かアリスはこんなことを言ってたよね。
What did she mention?
緊急解除用のパスワードがあるはずなの。
Oh, but we don't have that tool in this particular part of the game, unless somebody's hiding it.
それを入力すれば装置の機能を停止できるわ。
So are we gonna get blocked by that then? And then that's why we wouldn't be able to progress if we didn't have the device password?
側面のところにコネクタがついてるでしょ。
But even then we don't have the device itself either.
ここに専用の端末を接続するのよ。そうすればそこからパスワードが入力できるようになるわ。
But we do have the password in the other path.
つまりそのパスワードさえ分かれば全ては解決すると。
Yeah, I mean, my character Sigma knows the password already, technically. Yeah, so we already have it unlocked on this path. This is the path where we actually know that there's a password that we now got from the deal's ending. Deal's ending guarantees this locked to be unlocked. But otherwise, we don't know what other stuff there is to it. Man, I'm just wondering what other locks there is out there still. Anyways, back to this. Oop. There we go.
いや、ちょっと待ってくれ。
We know Dio knows. It's just hilarious that Dio's just gonna pretend like he doesn't know.
その前にパスワードを入力するには専用の端末が必要だったはず。
That's true.
そいつがなければどうすることもできないんじゃないのか。
確かに。そこでみんなにはこれからボディチェックを受けてもらおうと思う。
Oh?
ボディチェック。
ああ、そうだ。爆弾を仕掛けた犯人はおそらくこの中に存在する。だとするとそいつが専用の端末、緊急解除用の入力装置を持っている可能性は高い。
そいつをこれから見つけようっていうのか。
その通り。でもはなしだ。もしも拒否したら即座にそいつを犯人とみなす。
Oh? She's just suspecting you if you just don't want to let them check.
疑われたくなかったら素直に従うことだ。いいな。
Uh-huh.
さてと、それでは早速だが始めさせてもらうことにしよう。
It's funny because she just says good here in translation, but in fact her translation says, "Hey, like good. Now let's begin searching one another or searching, yeah, something like that."
まず最初にチェックを受けてもらうのはそうだな。
Oh, sorry. My brain was like looking at the mouse cursor, and apparently the mouse cursor was hovering over Clover's eye. You guys won't see the mouse cursor because OBS cuts out the cursor, which is kind of interesting. But the cursor was on her eye. I was confused. I was like, why is there something in her eye? Is she pissed about something? Feel free to check me up first. Chotamate. Wait. You only need to search one person.
どうして？
Oh, is this where the lock was? Oh, I'm wondering if this is a bypass. Like this was like because they did the whole like screen transition of like the closing out with the green monitor thing. usually that's an indicator that that particular thing is a transition point to another scene entirely. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I even realized I was saying them.
知ってる？知ってるってお前、まさか。
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, guarantee. I met Fi's gaze and nodded and then turned away. I know who set the bombs. I mean, me as a player, us as a player. If you've been following, we already know who it is. That person. Interesting. So it is a lock that we bypassed through. That person. You did it. Interesting. This is the same thing with the whole Ace Attorney pointing finger thing. I forgot where it was though. There's another ending or another block that's like this as well. The room was suddenly silent. Is it to be continued? Yeah. Yeah, because we had another path blocked by that same accusation though thing. Okay, so I'm gonna save over this because that's the thing that I ended up saving over because I had to like take a break and disappear for it. But that's a good point to end it here. Oh, it is actually a full block. Okay, I see. It's a full block, so that means we're missing one more information. I'm guessing that we need to figure that information out through this path because some of the flashing scenes were very familiar scenes we've seen. There was a lot of familiar like scenes that we saw, but a lot of it looks like it's pertaining to this route. But I won't continue this route until we finish the remaining routes because I actually started feeling like I should probably go back to these ones and actually do the things that I wanted to do. Wait, I chose Betray here? Why did I choose Betray here? That's the curious part. Why did I choose Betray? It looks like I chose Betray here. I don't know how I ended up with Betray. I thought I chose mostly Ally, but then again, maybe the Betray might have had a reason for it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end it here for now anyways, but let me get into this one at least. Oh, I see. No, it's not Betray. It's choosing which door to go through. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, cool. I'll end it here for now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to everyone for watching this. Next episode, let's go ahead and walk through one of the final doors here in this particular path. This door is guaranteed to just give us the endings, two different endings, or similar endings, and they should be the last of the endings of this path. And then we will go on to do the other path, which is over here, and then that would close out the remaining unexplored paths of the branching paths of all the main parts of the series here. But otherwise, yeah, once I'm finished with this pretty much closes out like the second to last door of this row, and then we finish this out and that would be the last door of the row, and then we just have like 2 more white doors we just need to go through, as well as unlocking all the other blocked off paths, and then we should be able to like see a full picture of what's going on and finally be able to progress to finish this darn game. It's been many episodes. It's nearing its 100th episode ever so slowly, but hopefully we'll finish it soon because I really am getting a little bit drained from playing this game like all the way through of all the endings. I think it's a really tough game because of how many things they're going through it. Some of the puzzles have been challenging for sure so far, but like I think that's not the biggest problem for me. I think the biggest problem is just how much dialoguing and stuff like that that's just there, and sometimes it's just they spend too much time on some certain conversation points that I just feel are like not really necessary to explore at all. I mean, they did this in 999, but here it's just like way too overboard at that point. But anyways, I'll leave it off. I'll leave that to me to talk about at the very end of the game when we hit credits for like the final credits of the game, which is like the seeing all the paths and everything. But for now, we'll leave it as is for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Roz out.